All right. Hello. Would you like to say hi, Savvy? I have a feeling Savvy would really like to be in here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like being quiet.
Say hi. Okay. Bye. Hi, everybody. Deanna Nunez here, mindset coach and speaker. I'm coming to you from downtown San Diego. I'm in my loft, and if it's a little echoey, that's why. It is a beautiful evening, and I'm excited to be here with you for our topic of getting out of scale jail. And just learning how to ditch the diet mindset and be able to live healthy, fit, have great energy for all the things that you want to do in life. And one of the things that's really important to me is to think about showing up in your best performance. And performance is in the context of high performance habits and attitude and beliefs about yourself. And when I say high performance, just knowing that you have a desire to be able to push your potential, to really like go and explore what your potential actually is. We all hear that word, but we're not all really pushing our abilities. And for me, I grew up with almost like a very negative association with the word potential, because I was one of those kids that had teachers that they would always say, "Oh, Deanna's so smart, but if she just apply herself, she has so much potential." And so I used to think of that word as like, oh, that it just made me feel bad about myself. It made me feel like I'll never get there, you know. And I learned that, I learned so much about how to reframe what people say to you, how you reframe how you take it in. So that things like that don't become hang-ups in your head. So tonight, as we talk about getting out of scale jail, hey, Jaylene, hey, Martha, I'm looking down because I have an interesting kind of setup tonight. I have a new webcam, and then I've got my computer here. So I have been all day trying to figure out this tech stuff. I'd rather just give you all my knowledge and stuff to implement, but unfortunately I got to figure out the tech stuff to get it to you. So bear with me with some of our stuff we're learning, the right tech things to have. In a moment, Jaylene Welch is going to be with us, if we can get her on correctly. She is one of our Mind Body Fit Club members who she shed over 100 pounds. And has now maintained it for, has it been 7 years, Jaylene? Well, to let her tell us in a moment. But you know, like, to me, that is the big hoorah, is the maintaining it part. So as we jump into our content tonight, let me get our timer going, because I promised you guys that I would be on time with you this evening, and I want to make sure I live up to that. So here we go. Timer. Okay, so as we get going, here we go, timer set. I want to make sure that I open this up with the right quote. And one of my favorite poems, it's a little long, but it's Marianne Williamson. And a lot of people think it's Nelson Mandela that said it, but he just repeated her, and it's actually Marianne Williamson. So love Marianne Williamson. I run listening to her sometimes. So the other day, I went to go see Logic with my son, who is going on 15. And we had the best time together, and because I have become a Logic fan, and my son was listening, you know, to him all the time, and all I would hear was like all these cuss words, and so I'm like, what are you listening to? And so I one day listened to what he was singing about, rapping about, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this guy, and peace, love, and positivity. And so I really liked his message. You kind of have to be okay with all the cussing, but I loved his peace, love, and positivity message. And so we went to Logic, and of course, like, we had the concert. Can you see my light on? At the concert, while he was singing the song about helping people overcome depression and saving people from suicide, I love that song. It's one of his #1 songs that really kind of got his name known. But the whole audience is with their phones, put their light on, and the whole audience is glowing. And it's so, you know how it is, like, you go to a concert and it's you feel it, right? You feel it. It's so good. It's so good. So get your phone out, maybe you're on it right now watching me and the light on, and you could just do this, like while I read this poem. Okay, that's how good this is. Okay, so our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. Peace, love, positivity. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously, I like that part, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And I can tell you that is the only reason that I am here with you, because I have been liberated. And I only want to share that positive message. So as we jump in, it is 7 years. Okay, good. Jaylene's here. Martha's here. So as we jump into the information I want to share with you tonight, it's all about implementation, you guys. You already know so much about taking care of yourself, about nutrition, about exercise. You know what you should do, but half the time you're shitting all over yourself, and you got to get into action. So the Mind Body Fit Club was really just, it was completely founded on 3 specific principles, and that is desire, courage, action. And that's because, man, we have the desire. If you have the desire, then you are halfway there, because you are off the couch and you are doing something. And what you're going to find that as you start to move into the next step, which will require a whole lot of courage of you, because when we are breaking through habits, we are breaking through beliefs that have been there a long time, framing in our minds that are fixed patterns from childhood, from trauma, from divorce, from getting fired from a job, from some sort of massive transition in our life. We've got to, we create, these walls because we're scared. And so we've got to be able to break through those to move on to the next thing, which requires courage. So desire, courage, action. Nothing's happening unless you're taking action. And I love what Einstein said, nothing happens until something moves. Take it from the genius. So we're first going to talk about the 3 diet delusions, and then we'll bring Jaylene on. So the 3 diet delusions, my doorbell's ringing, and I think it's Teresa from the Mind Body Fit Club. She's been a member for, 7 years, a long time, and we're going walking after our broadcast tonight. So she's showing up. So the 3 diet delusions that really keep us stuck in scale jail is this. Keep us stuck in scale jail. Is the number 1. You swear that you'll never go back to how you used to be. You swear you'll never go back. Like once you've lost the weight, and maybe you're in a time where you're just like it doesn't even matter how much weight, you guys, whether it's like 5 pounds off, 10 pounds where we're just not feeling our best, or maybe it's 100 pounds where you really need to make some big lifestyle changes. You've lost weight before, I would bet, but it's where you intend to bring it back. And so when you're doing good though, you swear you'll never lose it, right? That you'll just never lose the habit that you swear, you're just like, oh, I got it this time. That's a diet delusion for sure. I call it the confidence of mile 5. So I run a lot of marathons, and when I'm running a marathon, I've trained, but at mile 5, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is good today. I think I might be faster than any other time. Woo! I'm feeling so awesome. I bet I can finish this thing. I'm feeling amazing today. And then that's at mile 5. By the time we get to mile 20, it's a whole different ball game. And that's when it's feeling really hard, even with training. So it's like a mile 5 delusion, right? You swear you'll never go back to how you used to be. That's number 1, diet delusion. Number 2 is you give all the credit to the diet and not to yourself. That's Nacho barking in the background. Hi, Teresa. Hello. Come on over. So number 2 is giving all the credit to the diet and not to you, that you're forming habits. Like this is the most important part. I swear, you guys, when you're following, whether it's like a nutritional guideline, and a lot of the programs out there have you do that, and that's because we so need structure, right? As humans, we need structure. But what tends to happen is you give all this credit to whatever program you're on. You're like, oh my gosh, it's all because of, and we've done this no matter all the diets that we've been on over the years. I'm approaching 50, and I know I've been on, I don't know, 20 diets, maybe like a specific 5 that got rotated. You know, Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, grapefruit diet, no carbs, no fat. Remember the no fat diet back in the day? What happens is we go, oh my gosh, we lose weight, and somebody goes, what are you doing? And then you tell them what you're doing, and then they're all excited. They're like, oh, I'm going to do it too. Everybody gives all the credit to the diet instead of the fact that you're actually forming habits that are good for you. If you would have formed the habit about how you eat, you would have been able to maintain it. Woo! Imagine that, maintain it. So what I want you to do is really think about giving yourself the credit from now on, giving yourself the credit. And number 3, and then we'll bring Jaylene on, is of diet delusions, is that you can maintain it without some type of accountability. Ooh. Well, I've been maintaining my weight now. I lost about 40 pounds 18 years ago, and then I haven't found it back. I have found back 5 pounds, and I know it instantly, right? It's like, muffin top starts growing, had a few too many beers, been hanging out a little too much and not staying as focused. But to think that I don't need accountability, even with all of the work I've done into putting into making this unconscious, it is for the most part. But at the same time, it is because I hold myself with a lot of accountability, and you should too, can too. Let's not shit all over ourselves. So it's a delusion to think that you can maintain a healthy weight without some type of accountability. So as we get into what you can do, 3 strategies you can do, you're going to notice that I will offer some types of accountability for you to think about. So here they are. 3 different types of ways, that strategies that you can implement to be accountable, to be able to stay out of scale jail forever. Number 1 are all the accountability tools, internal and external. And I don't want you to forget about the internal accountability tools. So I'll give you some examples. First, let's go external. A scale. So this is a love-hate relationship, right? Some people love the scale, some people don't. For me, I threw it out, and I just really don't go back on it. I have one in my bathroom right now that my husband won at a charity event, and he brought it home, like I think it was a raffle or something. And then I got on it, and I remembered why that I stopped going on it, because it like gets me all freaked out. But that's just me. I'm one of those people that I need to be able to maintain and be accountable to how I feel, not a number on the scale, because the number is just like, it just doesn't work for me. So I threw that thing out, and I have freed myself, and I have never missed it, and I don't need it for accountability. Whereas other people really feel good about the metrics that the scale shows them. It helps them monitor where they're at, and helps them read it and go, okay, I'm a little off. I think you kind of know that anyways. Like, you just know when you have too much consumption or not enough output of exercise or something to be able to, just burn off all the stress. So much of holding weight has to do with cortisol levels, hormone levels, and exercise is one of the most simple and easy ways to be able to burn off that stress every day and lower your cortisol levels. So whether you're using your scale or not, having it as an accountability tool is all about having what is the relationship you have with that accountability tool. If you are a fan of the scale, then make sure it's a good energy and not a negative one. If you have constant anxiousness around what the scale is going to tell you, then perhaps you're of the type that you want to join them. What my strategy, which is like throw it out and find other ways to be accountable. If you don't have a negative energy and you really can just look at it as numbers and it keeps you on track and you like it, then it's a good thing for you. You should keep doing it. So then my question is, why do you stop doing it? Because you know you do, right? Like good or bad, when you're being good, you go on it. When you're being bad, you kind of want to avoid it. So we need to, obviously that's like an internal thing, good and bad. So it's an energy thing, right? How are you interpreting that feeling? So if it works for you, then let it keep working for you and be focused on the internal accountability, which is this. It's all about trust and truth. Write that down. Trust and truth. To be internally accountable, you've got to be able to trust yourself. That's what you want to do, is build self-trust. When you tend to, man, when you don't follow through on something you say you're going to do, you break the trust that you have with yourself. It's no different than having an external relationship and breaking trust. So when you say, oh, I'm going to do this, and then you don't do it, then you don't trust yourself to follow through. That is having a negative relationship with yourself. And so to be able to have an internal accountability means that you're building habits and you trust yourself that you're going to follow through, which leads me to number 2, which is to focus on building habit. Don't overthink this, you guys. So often when you go, okay, I'm going to go off the diet mindset, I'm just going to have a healthy lifestyle, right? Quote unquote, healthy lifestyle. But then you overschedule yourself. You're like, I'm going to exercise 5 times a week. I'm going to pack all my foods. You overextend yourself and you overwhelm yourself. And then what happens? It's like, boom, you just completely fall apart. And you don't want to do that, obviously, because then you're not on your game plan. You want to be able to be sustainable. That's the whole focus, is to stay sustainable. So you want to focus on building small habits and then build off of that. So like really shrink it down, make it really small, what the habit is that you're building. So if your habit is just starting off and you're not even like getting in the habit of exercise, maybe your habit should be a habit of self-care, and you start there. Just noticing how you can do little things to care for yourself. Taking a bath, that lowers stress, right? Taking a moment for yourself and like putting some boundaries up and be like, hey, I just need a moment for myself. Maybe you're a parent and you got kids running around and you just need like some time to regroup, right? To lower your stress levels. Because again, the stress can really be a huge reason for why you're holding on to weight. So then from there, you build on the habit of exercise. And when you start, it needs to be like 5 or 10 minutes. Did you notice how high my voice went up? Like, I get all crazy about this stuff. It just needs to be small. Make it small so that you'll actually find it pleasurable. Our minds, when you talk about mindset, seek pleasure. And that's why we end up going to the ice cream instead of putting our tennis shoes on to go for a walk. Our minds seek pleasure. And so make sure your exercise is pleasurable. If it's pleasurable, you'll do it again. And maybe sometimes we make it like be so hard or so long in duration that we don't want to do it again. We start to put all these reasons why it can't happen today. So don't sabotage yourself like that, okay? Make it simple and easy. And that's how you'll start to build your belief systems. Number 3 is comparison. So Jaylene, you're going to be asking you to come on in just a moment. Number 3 is comparison. And I say that, I can't wait to hear what Jaylene has to say about this, because comparison kills the cat. It's not curiosity that kills the cat. Comparison did. Lisa Nichols, I heard her, she's an amazing speaker. I heard her say that from the stage one day, and I was like, I love that, because we compare ourselves, whether it's internal or external. A lot of what we do here at Mind Body Fit Club is, there's my timer. A lot of what we do here at My Body Fit Club has everything to do with the internal as well as the external. And so you won't see us constantly focusing on after photos, or, I mean, like fitness and exercise and nutrition. It's all part of it, but to me, they're tools. What's really most important is your insides. how you feel about yourself, what you're telling yourself, what habits you have, what belief systems that you are working from, and then extending that to your body and what you do with it. But when we're in comparison, we're either internal where we're like, well, I'm not where I want to be yet. You know, people say, oh, you look great. And you're like, well, I'm not where I want to be yet. Oh my gosh, all you're doing is berating all the work that you've done or all of the effort that you've put out. When you go, I'm not there where I want to be yet, somebody's just giving you a compliment. Be like, yeah, just credit yourself for the effort you're putting in. Awesome, I feel really good. It's a great answer, right? I'm feeling really good when somebody's acknowledging you. Or when you're saying internally, I'm not where I want to be yet. Well, where you are right now matters because you put effort to be where you are right now. And so give yourself that credit. When it's external, you start to compare yourself to other people at the gym or maybe somebody else after photo. And you're like, well, I don't look like them. That's where I'd like to be, but that's not where I am yet, right? And you're comparing something externally. That doesn't help you either. It steals your joy and it steals your ability to stay focused, to stay in it. Sometimes it steals your ability to even start because you start comparing yourself. So let's get out of scale jail and let's get you in the flow. Yes, does that sound good? So let's see if I can get my girl on. Let's see, here she is. Let's see, we got her on. We got Jaylene coming in. And Jaylene says, oh, Martha says she liked my high voice. And we'll check in with you guys for a minute. Martha, Jaylene says, no fat. You mean the dry hair and the skin diet? Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, totally. When you have no fat in your diet, you get dry hair and dry skin. Totally. Okay, so let me see. Jaylene, all you got to do is click on your link, and you'll show up in my lobby, and I'll be able to put you on the screen. I'm figuring this stuff out, you guys. This is so good. Are you here with me? Okay. I'm not sure. I don't see her.
We're on time delay. That's why I'm wondering.
Okay. Well, Jaylene, you have to show up in my lobby first before I can put you on the screen. But if we can or can't get Jaylene, it's all good. What I want you to think about is what you're going to implement. Think about some of the things that I shared with you, and what's the one thing that really stood out the most that made you be like, oh my gosh, totally, right? Or you just go, yeah, I totally agree. I want you to write that one thing down and start to notice where you can just implement it this week. Here at Mind Body Fit Club, we're asking you to join us. Come do it with us. Many of us have been through this journey. Mind Body Fit Club has taken on its course from starting about 10 years ago. We've helped women lose 20 to 120 pounds. Some of us do it more just watching us, and they like to be kind of more on the sidelines, and other people really jump in and become leaders. We have lots of mentors in the Mind Body Fit Club that are available to you to come in and share. So I invite you to come into our Facebook group for Mind Body Fit Club. If you look right on our Mind Body Fit Club page, there is a public group that you can join. It's closed only because I want you to answer a couple of questions first, and then I'll give you access to come in. All you got to do is just answer the questions and then come into the group. That's really where we'll be chatting it up, and I'll be sharing even more information and motivation on a regular basis. I like on-demand motivation. I teach you how to do that internally and externally. So let's wrap it up. Since I don't see Jaylene coming in and I want to stick to our time, we will invite Jaylene to come for our next one, which is Wednesday night at 5:30 Pacific time. And our topic that night is 10 ways to make weight loss easy. Dare I say easy? Because we think it's so hard, right? And we make it hard. So we want to get out of our own way and make it easy. I promise you really can make it easy when you do get out of your own way. And just to be specific about that, often what's in our own way is our own belief systems, the habits that we're so stuck on having. And just it's right here. It's like right between our eyes, just how we think of ourselves in our minds of what we can and cannot do. So when we get out of our own way with that, it really can be easy. And the reason that I'm so focused on weight loss, it's not necessarily weight loss in particular. It's more about just being in your baseline happy weight where you feel good. It's not where you were in high school. It's where you are now in this season of your life. Maybe you're in your 40s, maybe you're in your 50s, maybe you're in your 60s, maybe you're in your 70s. You know, I watched my grandmother, she's such a legacy to me, jog all the way through her 90s. And so what her strategies that she's implementing are going to be different than a 40-year-old, right? But no matter what, you can be doing something and being happy in your body, and that's what matters. So thank you for being here with us tonight. I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. And, oh, Jaylene doesn't see the link anywhere. Okay, let's hold on a second, and maybe I can send this link to Jay really fast. Hold on. Bear with me. Teresa, hi. We're going to go walking. Teresa and I are going to go walking downtown in a few moments. Teresa's from Minnesota. And for those of you that are brand new to Mind Body Fit Club and who we are, and I am a trained hypnotherapist. And so I present and I speak all over the world. And I met Teresa actually at an event in Minnesota years and years ago. And here we are, still connected. So super fun. Okay, so Jay, I just resent the link to your email. And let's see how fast we can make this happen. I'll read you another really awesome quote that I love from Wayne Dyer. Wayne Dyer says, peace is the result. And let's think about this. And the reason why I picked this quote, peace is what I would call mental and internal emotional peace, right? We can be so crazy over our bodies and whether or not we feel good in them. And so a huge part of what we do in Mind Body Fit Club is just feeling good inside yourself, having peace with where you're at. So important. So here's this quote, peace is the result of retraining your mind to process life as it is, rather than as you think it should be. And whoo, I don't know about you, but that one sinks in for me because I'm always like 3 steps ahead. Like, this is what I'm planning, this is what I'm implementing. But like when you start to just, that's why so often in my private coaching, I have my clients just put their hand on their heart and we close our eyes and take a deep breath and get what I call connected. For the longest time, one of my favorite tools is hypnosis and self-hypnosis. And when you get connected using the tool of hypnosis, what you're doing is connecting with your higher spirit, with your subconscious mind, where you have so much power, and really just getting connected to what you value about your life, value about yourself. And that, when you're connected to that space, is where you really create a lot of internal peace. So, Jaylene, did you get the link? Martha says, you got all the time you want, hot mama. I love that. Let's see. We'll give it another moment. Do you guys have any questions? Any questions that you have? If you're here live, tell me where you are live from. Put that in. And then also, if you're here for the replay, just put replay so that we know. And know that I have really good stuff to send you. Anybody that put it in here, be like, hey, Deanna, I want it, right? I want it. And I'll send you the 10 ways to make weight loss easy. All of them are mindset strategies on how to approach exercise, how to approach nutrition, how to approach your belief systems. That's what I teach, is being able to really leverage your subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is where you hold all of your emotions. We also call it the feeling mind, right? It's your emotional mind. It's where you all hold all your emotions. It's where you hold your history, your imagination, your creativity, and it doesn't judge. It doesn't judge you. And so it's an excellent space to connect with for reframing your belief systems and your habits. I see Jaylene popping up. I want it. Hi, Tamika. I'll make sure you get it. Okay, girl? Thanks for being here. And she's Tiffany from Florida. Hey, Tiff. I just took the liberty of calling you Tiff. I automatically gave you the short version. Thank you. Martha's tuning in from Apple Valley, California. I see Jaylene. Oh, notifying guests. 3, 2, 1. She's coming on. She was there. Oh, there she is. Okay. Did we do it? It shows that she's live. Do you have your camera on, Jaylene? This is funny. Okay, so for you guys watching this, I've been doing coaching calls with My Body Fit Club for years. We've done over 400 coaching calls, but we're learning the Be Live app, and I've used it many times before, but this talk show feature is new to me. So we've been all day playing with it, trying to figure it out so we could do this with you guys tonight. She's black. Do you guys see that? There she is. She had a black screen. Okay, go. That. Did we do it? Oh my gosh, we're here. Everybody. Wait, is she this way? There. This is Jaylene. So this is Jaylene Welch, and she's you're probably in Riverside, California. And Jaylene, I already shared with you a little bit about who Jaylene is. She's been with the My Body Fit Club for years. Came in just thinking, if I could just get under 200 pounds, I would be good. You almost treated it like a diet in the beginning, right? And then really learned quickly that that's not what this was about at all, and ended up losing over 100 pounds. So Jaylene, thank you for being here with us tonight.
Hi.
You look cute. You're in your car. Parked. Okay, so you're going.
Marin is outside my car waiting for me because we're supposed to go walking, and she's like, "How much longer?"
Okay, well, I got Teresa here too, and we're gonna go walking as well. Do you guys see a theme? You see a theme? Everybody else that's watching, go get your buddy. You can go walking tonight. Okay, so just quickly tell us. We're talking about getting out of scale jail. And you know that we've got My Body Fit Club has just like strategy after strategy to keep you moving to get out of scale jail, which means get out of the diet mindset. What advice do you have that for those of the people that are watching to get going, get started, and how do they stay going?
Well, I think your thing of creating one healthy habit, like just starting with one thing at a time, is just the easiest way to do it. For me, it was starting eating healthy and just trying to find things that were, healthy to eat. I just found something, and then once I got that, then I added something else in, smaller plates, those kinds of.
You went to your princess plate.
Yeah, my princess plates. Yeah, I do not eat on dinner size plates to this day. I only eat on salad plates. I have four dinner plates. That's it. Everything else are salad plates. They're just little tiny plates.
Me too. And in my family, we all kind of eat off the small plates. We have them in there, but we don't pull them out that often, actually. That's great. That's a great tip. So I'm thinking about one of my strategies that I just shared was the accountability. Like, don't think that you're going to maintain without some sort of accountability, which My Body Fit Club has been around for years now as an accountability. Do you feel like it's something that you come back to for that reason?
Oh, for sure. Like, I mean, that year losing my weight was probably the best year of my life. Like, it just was blowing through so many barriers that I had placed on myself, and
mental barriers, right?
Yeah, mental barriers.
Yeah.
The I can't. I got rid of the can't word out of my vocabulary. It's not I can't. It's how can I? Like, how can I do that?
I love that.
There's no more.
Jaylene is the I can miracle.
Yeah, I can't. How can I? That was the biggest thing, was learning, how can I run if I'm not a runner? How can I lose weight? I remember worrying about injuries and thinking, well, if I break this, like, I could always still do that. Like, I always had a backup plan for if I got an injury training. Like, there's always a backup plan in there somewhere.
I love that.
Like, I like this. I know the things about the scale, but I like the scale. it keeps me motivated. I'm opposite. Like, I don't get discouraged when I see a number that I don't like. It makes me know I have to work harder. And I know when it goes up ridiculously, like I'll go up 2 or 3 pounds overnight. I'll be like, what the heck? Like, I know I
Totally.
didn't gain 3 pounds overnight. It irritates me. So then I'm just extra careful watching what did I eat that made me, like, it's not weight. I know it's not real weight, but I'm still conscious of what did I eat that just affected my body like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it is a tool for me. It is.
And I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So what keeps you from continuing to use it as a tool? So, because some of our people do that, where they ended up gaining weight back, and they are like, "Yeah, I've been avoiding the scale for a while."
Yeah, I don't. Oh,
It's
I
a
don't know.
mental thing, right?
The times that I haven't had a scale, or that I did avoid it, or not, just quit weighing. I don't know. It was when I have had some weight creep on me. The one time I just didn't have a scale. I moved out and I didn't have a scale, and I didn't have any money to go buy one, and I didn't have one. And then the last time, I don't know. Like, I think sometimes I was having a bad time in life, and I think I went through a little I don't care patch.
Well, that's what I was getting at. I already knew the answer.
Yeah.
But I wanted you to tell them the answer. I think that it's because when we hit an emotional patch is when we start to avoid the scale. And the best thing is to just trust yourself and get truthful. Remember I said the two internal accountabilities is trust and truth. So that's when you get honest with yourself and go, okay, what is it that I'm really going through right now? And we tend to go back to the food as comfort, and that's actually not going to do it for us. We think it is in the moment, but it's not a strategy long term, right?
Right. Yeah. And it was just totally I don't care. I lost the weight. I'm still not happy. Like, losing the weight doesn't make you happy. It doesn't make your life perfect. I've had more bumps and bruises in the 7 years since I've lost my weight. Like, you just have to decide that you're going to make your life good, and the weight doesn't matter. It's not the weight. It's about the rest of life, just making your worth, learning your worth, and the scale isn't the worth. You don't find it there. You find it within.
Yes.
But even the best of us lose sight of it once in a while. So
totally.
you just have to put those glasses back on.
Yeah. So lastly, one last question, then we'll wrap.
Okay.
What has losing the weight done for you? So I know for a fact, like, your entire life changed in that year that you lost the weight. So tell us what else you lost.
2 husbands. 2 husbands. I started a new job. Like, I just have so much more confidence in things that I can do in general. Taking care of myself. I never thought I could take care of myself. I've always thought that I needed a man or whatever to take care of me, and I don't. I've realized I don't. I can take care of myself. I have taken care of myself for a long time now, even when I didn't think I was.
So you upgraded your job, right? You lost 100 pounds. You upgraded your job. You upgraded your relationship, for sure.
Yeah.
And you also upgraded your own mindset.
Yeah.
And so what I'm getting at is, like, it's like not really about the weight. Like, we think it is, right? But it's not really about the weight. It's really just about believing in yourself and living your worth.
Yes. Believing in yourself and realizing no matter what, you deserve to be happy, and you are the only one that can make you happy.
I love that.
You are the only one that can make you happy. You can't find happiness in someone else. You have to find it within.
Happy and healthy. There's nothing better. Yes? Okay. I was saying yes. Happy and healthy. There's nothing better. Okay. So we will end on that note. Happy and healthy. So as we look at our health, let's look both inside and outside, right? Like, outside for the support, outside for the accountability, for the strategies to help us, because we all need mentorship. We all need like tools, you know. And then internal, knowing that you are valuable and worthy and beautiful just as you are, and you're learning to just really live in your full potential. So thank you, Jaylene, for being here with us tonight. You have fun on your walk. Me and Teresa will go do the same. And to everybody else that is here with us, thank you so much for being here. We will be here again Wednesday evening at 5:30 Pacific time. And I'll put you there, Jaylene. You can go there. We'll be back Wednesday evening, 5:30 Pacific time, where we're going to talk about 10 ways to make weight loss easy. And it's all about mindsets and staying in that space of worthiness within yourself and really looking at nutrition and exercise as tools. They're not everything, because you're everything, but these are the tools you use to get yourself healthy. And I've got to say that fitness is one of the #1 ways that I have found so much confidence, because it's so incredibly visceral. When you know how to be healthy in your own body, it applies to so many other areas in your life to improve. It's amazing. So thank you for being with us. I'm Deanna Nunez. Once again, I will invite you to our Facebook group. It's closed, but it's public. So all you have to do is answer a couple of questions, and then I'll let you on in, and we'll be there to interact with you. And I look forward to the next time. Have a great evening, you guys. Thanks for being here.